Human trafficking. Did you know that over 5,000 humans are sold on a daily basis?
It seems like the world is stuck in the past. The idea of selling humans is ancient. Human trafficking can be defined as the use of coercion, fraud, abduction, payment, or deception of another person for the purpose of exploitation. The humans that are being sold are used for prostitution, forced labor, servitude, or slavery, and organ removal. This is basically a lucrative crime ring where perpetrators abduct people to later proceed to sell them to anyone who will pay. This is what we can call modern day slavery. People are willing to pay for other human beings just to force them into activities that go against their rights. Human trafficking, in its simplest form, is a person paying for another who has been previously dehumanized as a form of exploitation.
The UNICEF USA and Trafficking Campaign recollected the following statistics on human trafficking: 21 million people trafficked around the world, 32 billion estimated profit made by trafficking, and 29 countries that haven't joined the Palermo Pact, which is the United Nations way of ending human trafficking. The victims are around 1,500,000 in North America, about 1,800,000 in Latin America and Central America, about 1,600,000 in East Europe, about 3,700,000 in Africa, and about 11,700,000 in Asia. The prevalence of human trafficking can be shown in this statistic per 1,000 inhabitants. Europe, Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and the Pacific, and Latin America have the highest numbers compared to developed economies. The convictions throughout the years of human traffickers have been very low compared to the 21 million victims that are abducted each year. Convictions don't tend to be very high regarding the country.
Traffickers use online or physical violence to compel their victims into thinking they are offering better life opportunities for them, when in fact it's the perpetrators who make the biggest sums of money. This crime claims many victims and happens because of the lack of economic opportunities and violence in many countries.
Human trafficking can occur nationally or internationally. It is a trade of people whether or not the victim is moving far from the place. The highest statistics occur from less developed countries to more developed countries, like Algeria, Libya, Sudan, Uganda, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Congo, Kuwait, Iran, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, and Belarus. The comparison to more developed countries would be the United States or Europe, where the crimes don't happen at such a big rate. These are not only the countries where this crime occurs, it has become a sad reality in almost all of the world. Knowing the consequence of this horrible crime, if no action is taken, we are going to be, sooner or later, wrapped in a society that doesn't trade goods but trades humans. Children and women are going to be raped. Men are going to be forced into inhuman slavery, and perpetrators will be making a profit out of all of this. If no action is taken, this would be seen as a permissive way of making money, although it is a huge violation to human rights. Child abduction, forced prostitution, the selling of babies, and organ removal are one of the things that could continue happening if no action is taken. Although it is very difficult to stop every human traffic in the world, there is something that can be done. The cycle for treating victims is a positive way to understand what human trafficking is about. Human trafficking starts with the demand of a victim and later on with the selling of the person. The way to try to end it is with the rest of the cycle: the rescue, the rehabilitation, and the reintegration of the victim. These last three steps, although not very probable, can help the world to stop this horrible crime. We can see that the demand, the transcription sale of a human, the rescue, the rehabilitation, and the reintegration of a victim can help end human trafficking, not throughout the world, but at least in some places.
Until when are we going to let this happen?